Hey everybody, it's your man Donnie D. Donnie D's Soul Sessions. Nothing but a musical lesson. It's about the 60s and 70s soul music. It's so good, you don't want to lose it. Hey, at the party, at the club, getting down, making love. Tell a friend, tell a kid, don't forget to tune on in.
Donnie D on the microphone. You can listen in your car, you can listen at home. Donnie D's all over the place. Donnie D is always gonna be in your face. Donnie D's at the club, he's spreading the love. What you gonna do when he comes for you? You gonna spread the love? Donnie D on the microphone. You can listen in your car, you can listen at home.
Hey everybody, guess what? I'm back. It's me, Franklin Donnie D, host of a couple of shows around there, Behind the Curtains, and this show that you're watching right now, Donnie D's Soul Sessions. That's right. And today we have us a fantastic guest to come down and join us here at Donnie D's Soul Sessions show. I want to introduce you Gina Graham and Danny Rich. Did I get that right, Danny?
You did.
All right. Okay, let's start off with you, sister. How did you get into this? Well, first of all, you tell the people what you do and how you got into it.
Okay, so my name is Gina Graham, and I am a vocalist,
Okay.
a band leader,
Okay.
and a live music event promoter. So
Okay.
I sort of wear a bunch of hats.
Okay.
And I started as a musician. I learned to play piano as a child. I literally come from a musical family, so I started playing music, learning to play music as in grade school.
Okay.
So from that, I took piano lessons for many, many years, and then I went into the church. And you know what we do in the church?
What you do in the church?
We sang.
Yes, sang,
Donnie.
ladies and gentlemen.
We sang, and
Uh-huh.
so I learned an appreciation from music from my own playing, but I love to sing. Started singing in my teens, and literally have been singing ever since. Now, currently, like I mentioned, I sing locally all over Southern California.
Yes, he does.
I am a member of the Danny Rags Rich and Taylor Made Band. I'm their featured lead vocalist. And I also am an event promoter, so if anyone out there in Southern California is having a live event, they're welcome to contact me. We just did an event together.
Yes,
we'll
we
talk
did.
about that. It was amazing.
Yes,
so,
we did, and it was fantastic.
Yes.
And we'll get to later in the show how you can contact her for that information. Danny!
Hey, Donnie.
What's
how's it
going on, my brother?
Oh, man, I'm just living the life. you
Yeah,
know?
okay. Well, tell the people what you do and how you got into it.
All right. Well, currently, after reinventing myself again, I'm the band leader and the bass player for Taylor Made.
Okay.
And, gosh, after a 42-year hiatus from music, I met Gina and started working with her, helping her behind the scenes with what she was doing, and she, along with a couple of other friends, talked me back into the industry. So here I am. Sort of came from a family of musicians and landed back in it.
Okay, because now that you mention that, ladies and gentlemen, they have been to the show before, maybe 5 years ago, and they did a live performance in here. And I remember talking to you about saying, I just got back into this. Something about your brother or somebody.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
My brother is a world-renowned bass player. He's currently playing with a musician that many people know, avid blues and folk performer Taj Mahal.
Taj!
But
yes.
my brother's name is Billy Rich, and
okay.
He's been playing bass for a long time.
Uh-huh.
A long time.
So he's little brother, big brother?
He's older brother.
Okay, little brother, I think you should get back into it?
No. As a matter of fact, for as much success as he has never really pressed anyone to include his own children to pursue music because it's a tough life. So I'm fortunate in that, I just had a natural inclination toward music. I started as a percussionist when I was in elementary school and then migrated to horns. And
So
then
you played a little bit of everything.
a few things.
Band, a one-man band. Huh? Gina,
much.
now when I first saw you in Pomona, you were doing a lot of old soul oldies. And you did Tell Mama by Eddie James and some other songs. What type of genre, what genre of music do you like to play? Or do you have what you do, or do you do all genres? Tell us about that.
I do, because of my, becoming a young musician. When you do that, especially when you take lessons, you develop a music appreciation. So I started early on learning to play concert music. And then as I got older, I was a gospel singer, and that's what you hear in my voice, is that gospel, both, you hear that soul.
Right.
So I started my own band, Infinite Soul with Gina Graham, back in 2014. I was mentioning to you earlier that was offered several openings for different artists like the Fifth Dimension and Tower of Power, the Lettermen. And so I love all types of music, blues, zydeco, gospel, but soul music is just where my heart lies.
That's where your heart lies.
And so working with some of Los Angeles' most talented and well-known older bluesman veteran, they discovered me. They sure did. They said, this is young sister out here, and she's got that soul voice. And I had some amazing mentors, and it was Terry Big T DeRune. He was a very well-known.
Say that name again. I like it.
Terry Big T DeRune was one of my mentors. He's the
that.
one that said, if you wanna, he said, so Miss Gina, you love the blues. He go, if you really wanna be a blues singer, he said, study Etta James.
Oh.
And I listened. I studied everybody, but she's my favorite. And I think I can relate to her in terms of just, some of her life story is inspiring, but also just the soulfulness in her voice. And so I learned a lot. So Tell Mama is
Tell Mama all about it, baby. Where were you born and raised?
I'm an East Coast girl. So I was actually born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. However, I relocated to the south side of Chicago, which is, again, where I got my start. So Chicago's my adopted hometown.
Okay.
Then I migrated out to Southern California and closer to my teen years. Been out here ever since. So,
Yeah, because south side of Chicago, so many great people are out of Chicago, including Obama. That's a lot of great people.
Believe it or not, Donnie, I lived in the home of one of those great musicians. Her name was Mrs. Alitra Hampton. She, like the Rich family, came from a family of 13 musicians, famous jazz musicians. I didn't know that at 7. She's the reason I started piano playing.
Yeah.
And that's how much music is in Chicago. So she was my first mentor, my first inspiration. Look her up, Alitra Hampton and the Hampton family.
Google it.
Yes, Google it. And she's related to Lionel Hampton family. And her brother was the famous trombonist. They call him Slide Hampton. Very famous. And I was growing up in her home.
I didn't know.
And this is,
God works in
He
mysterious
sure does.
ways. He put you in that spirit.
And that's what started.
Yeah, he put you. Danny, where was you born and raised?
I was born in Omaha, Nebraska,
Okay.
and grew up in Denver, Colorado, and stayed there until 1976 when I joined the Marine Corps, and it brought me out here to California, and this has been home since 1976.
Quick question, brother.
Yeah.
Is there any brothers in Omaha, Nebraska?
I
had to ask, folks.
I get asked that question a lot, and one of the most famous brothers that I could put out there for you is a gentleman, you may not have heard of him, but his name is Malcolm Little. Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, you talking about Malcolm X? Malcolm X is from Omaha.
And there's a ton of fantastic musicians that have come out of Omaha.
Wow.
You should check out the Omaha Black Music Hall of Fame.
Oh, there is one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Several family members are in there, but there's just tons of fantastic musicians there.
Okay, now, how many people, either one of you can take this, how many people are in the band?
Our core group is, we typically operate with 5.
Okay.
Optimally, there have been times where we've gone out and we've done a trio behind Gina, but optimally we operate with 5. We have done shows with as many as 8. Where
Okay,
we'll bring-
name the 5. What instruments is that?
we have a rhythm section of guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, and then our vocalist.
Okay, then when you get 8, what do you do? Throw a horn get a horn section and put in there?
Yeah, every now and then we'll
Every
bring
now and
horns
then.
in just to spice it up, you know. And,
Bongo Mike.
yeah,
Bongo, you guys use bongo,
Bongo
Mike?
Oh,
Mike,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
on our
yeah,
holiday
yeah,
show.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
on our
yeah.
holiday show.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love
Bongo Mike, ladies and gentlemen, he's been on this show
Yep.
with Jimmy Sterling, and as a solo artist, I brought him back.
Yes.
Yeah,
On this show.
amazing self-taught conga player.
Oh, that
Just
brother is
amazing.
bad.
Yes, he will be
Yeah.
on our upcoming holiday show.
Well, tell me about the upcoming holiday. Don't give me any prices,
Yeah.
but tell me about the upcoming holiday show.
Here you go, right
Okay.
there, Donnie. We've got.
Well, tell the folks out
Yeah.
there.
Well, a few years ago, actually, it's shortly after I brought the band together. There was a situation that arose where I was caring for my mom.
Okay.
Some family members were coming to visit. They said, "We sure would like to hear you guys play while we're there." And I told Gina, I said, "We don't have anything on calendar." Well, when the next family member called, I said, "We got to put something together." So we put together a holiday show, and we ran it 2 years running. And of course, COVID and some other things hit, so we haven't done it. And we're bringing it back on December 17th of this year.
And tell us where it's at. I see it's in Riverside. One of you guys want to give us the information?
Yes. So it is called the Holiday Extravaganza
Extravaganza.
2022, and it is going to be produced by D-Rags Rich Production, which is
Da-da-da.
here. Music provided for the audience by the Taylor Made Band. I am
Okay.
your featured vocalist.
Right.
It will be on Saturday, December the 17th.
Okay.
From 6 to 10. The reception hours at 6. Band starts at 7 in Riverside. It's at the Riverside Elks Lodge, number 643,
Right.
located at 6166 Brockton Avenue in the city of Riverside. So it is a ticketed event. Danny can give the phone number, and it's a wonderful holiday event. It's going to have food and refreshments.
So it's going to
and-
be a good time.
Oh yes,
In the
yes.
spirit of the
Oh
season.
yes, and we're gonna play all that different music we love.
Yeah.
Dancing, live band, so you can purchase a ticket by just calling 951.
809-5875.
Can we get that one more time?
951-809-5875.
And if you didn't get that, get me, Franklin Donnie D.
Yeah.
I guarantee I'll get you that information.
All right.
You know, don't miss this show.
Yes.
Because they put on a fantastic show, straight up off the top. Now, if I come to the show and I get some of my homies and some of my friends and, what, Donnie D? What are they going to be playing? Can we dance? Somebody tell us about that.
Well, we have a very, very, very eclectic repertoire, but this particular show, we're a dance and show band.
Okay.
And so if we tailor our shows for the event, this is a holiday party, and we promise we're going to have some Southern soul on there. We're going to have a little R&B. We're going to have some stuff, some funk, make you tap your toes, move your feet.
Some
Tap
holiday
your toes,
songs,
baby.
yeah. Holiday songs.
Okay, well, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and before I go any further, this lady right here, as far as one of being one of the featured female vocalists around, she works. Every time I go to social media, you working.
Yes.
You and Tequila, both of y'all.
That's right.
Your girl,
And now we working together.
And now you working
Well,
together.
Double whammy.
Yeah,
there.
but she's, Tequila's been here before.
Yes.
She's here today, and I mean, what songs you gonna do for us
at the holiday
event?
Well, I like to do some holiday songs. I love holiday music. I'm hoping to break out and do the Donny Hathaway This Christmas.
This Christmas.
That's right. I'm going to do that one. I love me some Nat King Cole. I'll see if the band lets me play, the
Chestnuts
Christmas songs.
roasting
Yes,
on an
exactly.
open
They
fire.
call it chestnut songs. We might even do a little bit of.
We might even do Christmas time from the Charlie Brown thing.
It's a little jazz. Yeah, we're gonna mix it
Little
up.
jazz,
We're gonna mix it up. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
We're gonna do that one.
Navidad.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
yeah. So we're gonna do, and like I said, I'm a soul singer, so you might hear me singing anywhere from Sam and Dave, Hold On.
Yeah.
I might sing some Etta. You never know. Or we're gonna do some Kool in the Gang. I mean, like you said, we got some Southern Soul. It's gonna be. You got to be there.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
to
indeed.
hear. And it is that gets you out on the dance floor.
Well, I think I can still shake a leg a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we got to get you to come so you can see your boy.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm there.
Yes.
All I need you to do is to hit me up and remind me
Okay.
to put it on my calendar
Okay.
after later on tonight or tomorrow. So I can put it on my
you'll
calendar.
love it. Yeah, it'll be like a family
Yeah,
reunion.
why not? Why not?
I know.
I'd
What
love
you
to
doing?
come
What
up.
you doing Saturday?
Hey,
December 17th, coming to the holiday extravaganza.
there ain't nothing else you can do but go to the extravaganza. Okay, so I remember Infinite Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you a part of Infinite Soul?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, as I mentioned earlier, I started out helping behind the scenes,
Okay.
running sound, doing stage management,
Okay.
things like that. Should I tell them the full story?
We got a few minutes.
Yeah, I was doing that, and there are a couple of shows that Gina did with some bass players that were a little challenged. And as I mentioned, I'd been away from the industry for a long time, and I kind of tongue-in-cheek smart off, you give me 6 months and I can play as bad as them. Well, she and another guy called me out on it.
And you did.
So yeah, I started woodshedding, and then played with her on a show at the Main Street Restaurant and Grill in Yorba Linda, March of 2018.
Okay.
And,
Well,
so,
we're going to move on along because I know that you have done some live shows recently, and you sent me a clip.
Okay.
Let's take a look at that clip right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, what you got? Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with the gates to leave. Ooh, you got that diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with the gates to leave. Ooh, say that with me again, fellas. You got that diamond, this whole wide world. Who's got a sweet, loving man like that man of mine? He's every rich girl's dream and every poor girl's prayer. I don't need no money, honey, because he's always there. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some real fine news. I'm gonna give you one every day. I got full time here. 24 hours a day. I got full time here. 24 hours a day. Since my baby went away, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna lay off all the help. Hey, put my house up.
All right, okay. So you guys do that type of jamming like that every time? We guaranteed to see you jam like that?
Yes, like I said, we do a variety of music, anywhere from jazz instrumentals, jazz vocals, lots of soul, rock, classic rock. We do a lot of
Okay,
old school rock.
I'm going to get you on this one. You do jazz.
Yes.
Female jazz vocalist, who would you do?
Etta James.
Okay.
Since she crosses the board.
Yeah.
She's really a jazz singer as well.
Okay, what
Yeah.
about Nancy Wilson?
I love her.
Fancy
She's
Miss
amazing.
Nancy.
Yeah, I like Nancy. I like, if you're asking me, Alita Adams.
Alita Adams.
I like Alita. Danny's got some favorites. You went with.
Well, you said females, but you know, there's a lot of male.
Okay,
jazz
give me some male.
vocalists
Give me
that-
some male.
Well, you might hear something from Nat King Cole or Lou Rawls
right.
or help me out, Bill Withers.
Bill Withers.
You know, he did some jazz stuff.
Have you ever attempted, now this is a tough guy to do right there. I interviewed him one time. Billy Paul?
No.
Yeah, Billy.
No,
And see,
no,
when I
no,
interviewed
no,
Billy,
no.
he said, people only know me for me and Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm a jazz singer.
Yeah.
And I go way back with
Yeah.
him
Right.
from when he first started out. But I'm just, you know, jazz, see, Joe Williams. Joe Williams is another example of a jazz singer. But Lou Rawls
Yeah.
is a good example. Now, who does the male vocals when you do that?
Well,
I do.
she does. She does.
let's
You
be
do all
real.
the vocals.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
she doesn't
going-
do all the vocals, but she does the lion's
Well,
share of the
that's
vocals.
my job, and so
Yeah,
I will do
yeah.
James Brown. You'll hear me singing Sam Cooke.
I bet-
I mean, it's just those are Stevie Wonder. I mean, most of my favorite artists, and I love them all. But if I were to gravitate, they're usually male R&B vocalists.
Yeah, I can tell that in your
Yes.
style.
Yes.
I can
yes.
tell that in your style.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
ladies and gentlemen, don't let the cute face and the little white glasses fool you.
Yeah,
Dynamite comes in small packages. When you get on that microphone, you're gonna be in for a great show. Straight up off the top.
We're gonna bring it.
So besides the show coming up, what's in the big picture for you guys?
Well, for me, besides continuing, and we are primarily a live band, and we
Okay.
like to just, we like to bring the, the audience live music. I'm certainly speaking for myself, but I'm sure Danny would agree. But I'm very excited about the promotions that I'm also doing. I've been promoting artists for quite some time, and lo and behold, I started working with, shout out to my girl, Lady T Tequila. I literally started working with her. She came to me. She says, "I see your shows and you bring your fans
Yeah,
out."
yeah, you
She
got a
asked me
following.
to really to help me to kind of work with her and really developing and really building her own following, because she has one too.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
but
it
you
takes
gotta
that.
you gotta recognize that you have that following.
Yes.
So we started working together, and I started promoting her shows. I've got some other local artists I do, and then this year alone, we worked together. We put together a tribute to the icons,
Yes.
which we hosted.
Right.
Which there was this gentleman there that did a fantastic job emceeing.
What was his name?
Some gentleman, I think it was.
I heard that.
It starts with a
Donnie,
D.
Donnie D. Donnie
oh,
D.
that guy.
Donnie D. Oh, Donnie D.
That guy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yes.
I saw him in the back signing autograph pictures and stuff
Yeah.
for $2 a piece. Yes, it was a great show.
Yes.
And I did a little, I emceed the show and I did a little bit of promoting, but the main promoter is right here.
Yes, yes.
And when you would, and if I'd have went through the audience and asked, how did you find out about the show? I know a whole lot of them found out it
Yes.
through you.
Yes, yes.
You know.
And I mostly social media. Social
Oh.
people. It is amazing. If social media does a lot of good, and so I've learned to sort of navigate my way across social media mediums. And at our age, which we're at what you call our wonderful age of maturity in life, there's
Right.
a lot of us are utilizing, different platforms. Facebook is very popular, but that happens to be one of the places where I.
Okay, speaking of
yes.
that, before the clock runs out on us, how can people contact you guys? I want to do a show. Who do I contact?
Well, you can contact either one of us. I mentioned the first number, 951-809-5875, or 840-207-3543. You can also find us on Facebook.
Instagram.
Yes, on
You can find
Instagram,
Gina
yes.
on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what you'll see is a lot of the advertisements for various shows, whether it's our shows or if I was promoting something you were doing or various artists, you would see those shows promoted on social media. And again, that's why it's so successful, because you have access to so many people.
Yes, you
Yes.
know, that's how I promote all of my
Yes.
shows and things that I do.
I see.
It's through social media.
Yes.
But I might have a clip or some different music, some surprise music from you. If Eric can pull it up, let's take a look and see if we got something in the archives. Gina Graham. Boom. Yes, indeed. You know, we keep all footage. And like I say, that might have been 5, 6, it was a long time ago. I mean, as far as this show goes.
Right. We were one of the guests on.
Behind the curtain.
Right, and that was an exciting. That's when we really enjoyed it. Danny was with us.
Right.
And we
You had
had
Yes. Danny was a
Ronnie
guitar
Good,
player
yeah.
and the keyboard man.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guitar player was Dublin on keys.
That's
and-
right.
yeah,
That's
Shout out
right.
to Ronnie Be Good. for
Ronnie
coming.
B. Good. Where's
Yes.
Ronnie B. Good these days, you guys?
Ronnie's still playing out in the Inland Empire, and he does some things up in Idlewild, down in the Temecula area,
Nice.
San Diego. He's
Keeping
still
busy.
playing.
So you guys are based in the IE in the Inland Empire?
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
based in the IE, but we've played in L.A. County, San Diego County, Orange County, San Bernardino
Okay,
County.
so you got microphone and bass will travel.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Exactly.
exactly.
Have
yeah.
gun will
That's
travel, have
right.
music
That's
will
right.
travel.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We've done anything from openings for various artists. as
Tell
I
me some of the
mentioned.
people that you've opened for.
I opened for the Grammy Award-winning, world-renowned Fifth Dimension.
Fifth Dimension.
For the legendary Tower of Power.
Tower T.O.P.,
Yes,
baby.
I've opened for the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Leon Russell. May he
Leon
rest
Russell,
in peace.
yeah, yeah.
For the big '60s pop group, the Letterman.
Letterman.
Yeah, the list is
The
On and
Platters.
on.
the Platters.
The
Yeah, we did them.
You did the Platters?
Yeah, just last December.
Oh.
Yeah, last year. So we are an opening act. We're also featured. So oftentimes we'll be on a show. Like this year, we did the Orange County Blues Festival.
Okay.
We did the Wrightwood Blues
Blues
Tribute. Which was a tribute to my mentor, Terry Big T. DeRune up
Big
in
T.
Wrightwood. Yes, so we've done the Riverside West Coast Blues Festival. We're
Okay, quick question. Do you guys have an agent? You book yourselves? How does because you're always working somewhere. So how do you guys get these gigs? Come on, tell us.
We book ourselves.
You
We
book
book
yourselves?
ourselves, yeah, through referral and direct contact.
And plus you got a following and people know about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Club owners,
Yes.
venues know that you
Yes.
can bring
Right.
people
yes,
in.
Yes, we
Right.
have good relationship. I was working with a promoter, Mr. John Rockmore, was my actually my booking agent for all of my openings. That's how I started on that particular journey. And we meet people and we make ourselves accessible. And I really encourage people, make sure that your reputation procedure, your good reputation,
Yes.
because that is what keeps those doors open.
Keep those doors. Did you
Yes.
guys hear that right? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting close to that time. And, we could go on and on and on. Next time, hopefully, if the Lord has it, we're going to have them here doing a live performance. And you'll see what the rock and roll and soul and jam and funk, all of those things. You've got to see these guys. You've got to see them. But anyway, it's been fun. I got to run. Tell all your friends and people to watch the TV and let's have some fun. You can catch me on Donnie D Soul Sundays, Donnie D Soul Gumbo, Blog Talk Radio on the weekends. You can also find me on Instagram, Spotify, Apple, and you can catch me all over doing different types of shows. Also 2 books, Single Mother's Guide to Raising Black Boys and From Crack to Christ Part 1. That's me, Franklin Donnie D. We'll see you next week right here, Donnie D's Soul Section.